The aim of this video is for you, the viewer, to gain a deeper knowledge on what social media is all about. This presentation will specifically examine the current uses of social media in the current media industry and the issues that can occur from simply using social media for business purposes. Finally, this video will make recommendations as to how increasing social media usage would be an effective strategy for Fairfax Media and its future success. Social media is the collective of online communication channels dedicated to community-based input, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration. Websites and applications dedicated to forums, microblogging, social networking, social bookmarking, social curation, and wikis are among the different types of social media. Prime examples of social media include Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, Wikipedia, Reddit, and Pinterest. Social media is used worldwide by millions of different companies. In today's generation, businesses usually use social media to promote the name of their brand and business, inform customers about the goods and services that they provide, see what customers think of their business, attract new customers, and to build stronger relationships with existing customers. The New York Times achieves this by using social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram in their business to spread the news on their latest news articles. The New York Times are aware that millions of people check social media daily, so that's why they put all their latest news articles and stories on their social media sites for people to easily access from their smartphone. The social media market also offers businesses plenty of benefits, which include its broad range, which can reach millions of people all around the globe, its ability to target certain groups/types of people, it's free and easy to use, it allows what you post to quickly be distributed across a wide basis of people, and it allows a business to connect personally online with their individual customers, groups, or communities. The main issue of social media networks are the privacy concerns. Social media networks were created for people to keep in contact with one another by sharing photos, private information, etc. However, certain people abuse the use of social media and use it to hack other people's social media accounts. Breaches into personal information are an obvious problem, as people might be exposed in an inappropriate manner and personal information can be gathered to be used inappropriately. People tend to expose themselves on social media with personal, private information about oneself or someone else, which makes it very easy for someone to use that information against them for harassment or bullying. Most social media networks in today's generation have a location tracker implemented into them, which makes it simple for someone to track one's whereabouts to either gather information or harm someone. An example of location services being used to impact privacy of users include a situation where the popular mobile app Pokemon Go was used for bad intentions by a couple of robbers. The robbers used the mobile app to lure young children into isolated areas where they could be easily robbed of their belongings. The adult robbers were eventually caught and charged for their despicable crimes. However, people must take caution when using location services on their smartphones, as dangerous events may occur. An example of intellectual property issues includes a scenario that took place back in 2010, where an aspiring photographer by the name of Daniel Morel was in the middle of the terrible earthquake that took place in Haiti. During the first stages of the earthquake, Daniel posted dramatic, first-hand photos of the destruction the earthquake was causing. Daniel's photos soon went viral, where unfortunately for Daniel, someone had copied and pasted his photos onto their own TwitPic page, where they claimed ownership for the photos. Soon after, French news and photo agency Agence France-Presse added the images to their photo database, which, in turn, were transmitted to Getty Images and then published in hundreds of newspapers and online sites across the globe. Credit for the photos went to AFP, Getty, and the name of the man who first copied Morel's photographs. Morel eventually took both Agence France-Presse and Getty Images to court, where he won the case and took back his full ownership for the photos. Daniel's story is just one of many where intellectual property can be stolen so easily and credit can be given to those who are not deserving of it. Social media discrimination in the workplace is where a potential employer or interviewer delves into a potential employee's social circles and researches what they believe to be your personality. They search your account on social media websites such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and other common websites. Their ultimate goal for doing this is to uncover information about you and your lifestyle that may imply that you are or aren't suitable for a position within their company. For instance, an employer may look at an applicant's Twitter or Facebook page and investigate what they see to get a better idea of what the applicant is like. Through social media, they believe they can discover whether the candidate is motivated, enthusiastic, and a productive worker, or whether they are lazy, listless, and aren't interested in progressing at their job. An example of this would be in a scenario where a mother may complain on her online profile about how much time she has to take off from work due to her husband's unwillingness to spend time with the children or care for them. This would imply to employers that her attendance will be poor and that she wouldn't be very reliable for the job. Social media postings can be against the law if they discriminate against, harass, bully, or racially vilify a person. Harassment occurs when a person is treated less favorably than another person because of a particular attribute they have. Harassment or bullying can amount to discrimination in some circumstances. Inappropriate posts, comments, or content shared on social media can even amount to sexual harassment. An example of harassment was in a scenario where an employee at a car dealership posted a photo of herself wearing a bikini on a social networking site. The employee alleged that the owner of the car dealership posted comments of a sexual nature on the site in relation to the photographs. The employee then made a complaint of sexual harassment. These sorts of incidents regularly occur on social media sites, including cyberbullying, which is easily the most common form of harassment. In general terms, defamation occurs when a person intentionally spreads information about another person, a group of people, or a small company that can potentially damage their reputation or can make others think poorly of their business and services. Many people who are caught doing defamation to another are usually taken to court, where they are charged for their wrongdoings. Defamation is a serious issue and threat to any business, as anyone can spread a lie about your business which would greatly harm the reputation of said business. Defamation can ruin small companies, as people can believe anything on the internet, and that is why businesses must be cautious of it. Journalists are public figures and often are idolized by society. This poses an issue for their privacy and could lead to potentially harassing situations in both their personal and professional lives. Often, journalists report on stories that are controversial and may face criticism on social media sites, including their own personal accounts. They need to ensure that they take advantage of the privacy settings that many social media sites have for users, such as blocking users, private accounts, and limiting views and comments on their posts. Journalists can cop a lot of criticism from the outside world for reporting on a story that not everyone agrees with, and that is when certain people who disagree with the journalist's stories prepare to speak up, and that is when journalists are most at risk of their privacy. Harassment issues in social media range from cyberbullying to sexual harassment to racial vilification. Cyberbullying is the most common form of harassment, however. It is not the most serious. Harassment such as sexual and racial are extremely offensive to some people, and people who do sexually or racially harass someone on social media can even be taken to court for their actions. Harassment in the media industry is also a serious issue, as if an employee is caught harassing another employee, then it creates tension between employees and the working crew. This means that the business can become unsteady and in the worst case scenario causes employees to refuse to work or even quit their jobs due to being harassed. That is why many employers will not tolerate any forms of harassment in their business, and if you are caught doing so, your contract will be immediately terminated. Fairfax Media should take advantage of social media to improve productivity in their business to share information with fellow colleagues. Employees could use Facebook Messenger to share information with one another. This is also beneficial for Fairfax to use Facebook Messenger as the service is cost and time effective, as users can quickly and easily access social media with the touch of their finger. Facebook groups are also an effective method to share information, as members in the group can be specifically chosen by the group leader. LinkedIn could be beneficial and effective at improving the productivity of Fairfax employees, as the site allows users to be linked with one another based on similar interests or locations. This would be beneficial to build business contacts and networks with professionals in the same industry, where they could gain assistance, information, and recommendations that assist in the success of Fairfax Media. Social media can also be an effective tool whilst communicating with suppliers and vendors. Social media apps such as Facebook, Skype, and LinkedIn allow speedy communication and group conference calls. Instead of workers having to attend meetings, they can quite easily communicate with vendors and suppliers through social media, which saves a lot of time. Using social media to communicate with vendors also enables quick changes to orders rather than submitting a whole new order. To communicate with vendors, it is recommended that a business uses Skype for business calls and LinkedIn to handle dealings with providers. Following competitors on social media can be a very effective strategy for Fairfax Media to research their competitors. It provides a way for businesses to look at their competitors' social media pages to see what kinds of content that they post and the benefits they are offering through social media. Fairfax can make sure it's keeping up with its competition this way on their social media by deciding on ideas to combat what their competitors are offering. The most effective social media sites for this are Facebook and Twitter, as these two sites are the most common and popular sites for people to use. Social media can be an extremely effective tool for researching customer needs and wants. Fairfax Media can observe the needs and wants of their readers and listeners by paying full attention to what they ask for in the comments and tweets that they direct at a business via social media. Fairfax can also create surveys for their customers, asking what they want the most from the business. The best sites for conducting these surveys are Twitter and Facebook, as these are once again the two most popular sites on social media and both enable easy communication between businesses and customers. In summary, the increased use of social media in the business environment comes with several risks, which include, but are not limited to, harassment, privacy breaches, intellectual property theft, and defamation in the media industry. However, if Fairfax Media were to take proper precautions, such as the education of their employees on social media risks and dangers, then these issues will not be a problem for them. Don't let these negatives push you away from using social media sites for a business, as there are also several benefits of using social media that a business can take advantage of. As millions of people around the globe use social media on an everyday basis, then a business usually using social media can promote the name of their brand and business, inform customers about the goods and services that they provide, see what customers think of their business, attract new customers, and of course to build stronger relationships with existing customers, thus resulting in a far higher success rate for their business's future. In conclusion, it can be strongly recommended that businesses and employees that use social media be cautious with whatever they post on social media, as whatever is put on the internet stays there forever. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.